back to Ask Ideals. Now in today's lecture, I'll be discussing something about the acidity and the pH scale. So let me first of all tell you, like for example, if you have any particular solution and you want to measure the acidity or the basicity of the solution, we need something. So that's something which we are going to tell to other person that this is the acidity of the solution or this is the basicity of the solution. This is what we all are going to discuss in this part of the chapter named as acidity and pH scale. Now once I'll be telling you something about the introduction of this acidity and pH scale, I'll shift over to the examples which we had done in the previous lecture also. So with the continuing part, let's do the questions for acidity and pH scale after the dealing of the chapter. So now let's continue with the chapter. Let's now start discussing about what do we mean by acidity and the pH scale. Since in all the previous slides we left out our discussion till only the concentration of H positive, but we didn't move ahead to what is called the pH of the solution. So here let us define what do we mean by the acidity and how acidity can be correlated to what is called the pH of the solution. We say that the acidic strength means the tendency of any acid to give away the H positive or H3O positive ions in water. So if you have any acid, for example HX, and if you dissolve it in water, the tendency by which this HX can donate its proton to water, or it will form X minus plus H3O positive. So this tendency is depicting the acidity strength of any acid. So if I say an acid has a greater strength to donate its proton, that means it is going to behave as a stronger acid. Similarly, if I talk about the basic strength, I will say that any base, for example XOH, if you dissolve it in water, it always has a tendency to give away its OH minus to water. So it will get dissociated to X positive plus OH minus. Now the tendency by the help of which it is going to dissociate into OH minus, this tendency is defined as the basic strength of the substance. So if I say the more is the tendency to donate the OH minus ions, that means the base will be a more stronger base. Let's again discuss about what is a pH scale. I say that the concentration of H positive ions is written in a very simplified form which is introduced by Sorensen, and this is known as a pH scale. So pH is defined as the negative logarithm of the activity of H positive ions. Now why there was a necessity to introduce something which is known as pH? We were always talking about the term H positive concentration at equilibrium. Now this H positive concentration at equilibrium was always coming out to be nearly 2.0 into 10 to the power minus 6 molar. It was coming out to be 8.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 molar. And all that. It's difficult for us to always consider such a big term. It's very difficult to analyze if you have two solutions. One is having 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 molar concentration, another is having 8.5 into 10 to the power minus 7 molar concentration. So to make the quantitative study more easier, to make the qualitative studies more easier, there was a term which was defined as the pH, and the pH is basically called as minus of logarithm of the activity of H positive in the solution. And for any dilute solution, I can say that pH is defined as the negative logarithm of the concentration of H positive ion. This is taken in the case of dilute solutions. So what I say, if you know what is the concentration of H positive, if I put up the concentration of H positive, if I take its logarithm and then I take a negative of the logarithm, whatever value will be getting will be termed as the pH of that particular acid. And what happened was, there were so many acids. For every acid there was calculated what is the concentration of H positive when it is dissolved in water. So we had a table of what is the concentration of H positive for each acid. Now once we have the concentration of H positive for each acid, we took the minus log of concentration of H positive for each acid, and thus we had a long table of what is the pH of individual acids. Let's do certain number of questions so that whatever we started in these last few slides, the things become more easy and more clear to us. So coming over to the first question, it says that you have to calculate what is the pH of 10 to the power minus 7 molar of NaOH solution. If I simply look at the equation and if I randomly go to the answer, I will say that to calculate the pH, I will write minus log of H positive. So if I say, we know that the concentration of H positive into concentration of OH minus is nothing but 10 to the power minus 14. And if I am taking NaOH, I know that it gets dissociated to form Na positive plus OH minus. If I am taking 10 to the power minus 7 molar NaOH, that means I will be getting 10 to the power minus 7 molar Na positive and 10 to the power minus 7 molar OH minus. So put this value here and I can say that the H positive concentration, which I don't know, OH minus concentration is 10 to the power minus 7 because it is given that it's 10 to the power minus 7 molar NaOH, the value will be 10 to the power minus 40. So it gives me the concentration of H positive as 10 to the power minus 40. If I put this thing here in the above formula, I get pH is equal to minus log of 10 to the power minus 7 and the value comes out to be 7. But this is actually a wrong method. Although the answer which we have obtained is the correct answer, that the value 7 is already given, but the method by which I had solved this question is a very wrong method, because this says that we are not considering any other thing which is present in the water in NaOH solution. Now let me tell you what is the correct thing by the help of which we can solve this question. We say that, okay, if I am taking NaOH as 10 to the power minus 7 molar solution, that means the contribution of OH minus from NaOH will be nothing but will be equal to 10 to the power minus 7 molar. But we should not forget that there is another reaction which is taking place in this system, where we know that the water is getting converted into H positive and OH minus. So let's say that if we have the concentration of water and if I am saying there is some amount of X amount of H positive which is coming from water and X amount of OH negative which is individually coming from water. So what is the total amount of OH minus which is coming from an aqueous solution of NaOH is nothing but X plus 10 to the power minus 7, where this 10 to the power minus 7 stands for the concentration of OH minus which is coming from NaOH solution, and this X is the number of moles of OH minus which are coming because of the dissociation of water to form H positive and OH minus. So I can say that now if instead of writing this X, I will simply write down the value as X plus 10 to the power minus 7. Now if I use this equation, H positive into OH minus is equal to 10 to the power minus 14, I can say X into X plus 10 to the power minus 7 will be obtained as 10 to the power minus 14. And if you solve this equation, you get X square plus 10 to the power minus 7X minus 10 to the power minus 14 is equal to 0. And if I solve this quantity, I will get the value of X as nearly 0.618 into 10 to the power minus 7 molar. Now let us see what will be the total number of OH minus present in the solution. So I can say the total concentration of OH minus present in the solution will be X plus 10 to the power minus 7. So here the value will be coming out to be 0.618 into 10 to the power minus 7 plus 10 to the power minus 7. Now if I solve this equation, and I'll get the value as 1.618 into 10 to the power minus 7 molar. Now taking this value of OH minus as this, I can say that we will be able to find the concentration of H positive using the similar formula. And if I do this thing, I'll get the value of H positive, and if I have got the value of H positive, I can very easily use this thing and I can say that pH will be nothing but minus log of H positive. Now if we solve the entire equation the way I have told in the solution, so we'll get the value of pH as nearly 7.21. If I compare the answer given to me is 9.36, 7.0, 11.32 and 2.36. So all these three will be wrong options, but this is going to be the right option, although he has not given us the value as 7.21, because he has almost considered that the value of x is nothing but equal to 10 to the power minus 7 instead of considering it some other value. So the correct option for this example is option number B. Now this was how we are going to use the concept of the dissociation of acid and bases in water and how we are going to relate the pH with the solutions. Let's now move over to another example which is given to us. The example now which is given to us is a solution of HCl has pH is equal to 5, and it says that if 1 ml of it is diluted to 1 liter, what is going to be the pH of resulting solution? Let's try to find out how we are going to do this question. He says that you have a solution of HCl and it is found to have a pH of 5. So if the pH is given as 5, I can say minus log of H positive is given as 5. This is log to the base 10. So I can say that the concentration of H positive is given to be 10 to the power minus 5 molar. It's very fine. So this says that 1 liter of such a solution has the H positive ion concentration as 10 to the power minus 5 moles. It's very fine. Now let's move over to the second statement which is given to us in the question. The second statement says that if 1 ml of such a solution is diluted, okay, so this was like 1 liter contains 10 to the power minus 5 moles. So I can say 1000 ml contains H positive is equal to 10 to the power minus 5 moles. That means 1 ml will contain 10 to the power minus 8 moles. Now he says that if 1 ml of such a solution is diluted to 1 liter, that means now what is the concentration? The concentration will be, I have 10 to the power minus 8 moles in 1 liter of solution. So that means the concentration of H positive is nothing but 10 to the power minus 8 molar. And he has asked me to find what will be the pH of resulting solution. If I simply go other way around without thinking of what I am doing, I'll say pH is minus log of H positive, which is minus log of 10 to the power minus 8, and the value given to me will be 8. But instead of solving the question so randomly, one should have a very good thing in the mind that HCl is anyhow or the other an acidic solution. And if HCl is an acidic solution, it means that the pH has to be less than 7. So it is the pH scale which was defined from 1 to 14, where this 7 was called as the neutral pH. So below 7 any substance will be called an acid, and above 7 till 14 the substances will be called as base. But we know that HCl is an acidic solution, so it can anyhow or the other not have a pH which is greater than 7. So where is the point where we are getting moved away from the correct answer? We all know that if HCl is dissolved in such a large amount of water, or if a small amount of HCl is dissolved in a given amount of water, that means there will be two reactions taking place. One is HCl to form H positive plus Cl minus. So if it's 10 to the power minus 8 molar, I will be getting 10 to the power minus 8 moles of HCl from the dissociation of HCl alone. But there is another reaction where water is getting dissociated to H positive plus OH minus. And at normal room temperature, we say that it's 10 to the power minus 7 moles of H positive which are given from water. Now since this value is not very less as compared to this value, like both of these are comparable enough. So if the two things are comparable enough, we'll say that we'll find the total concentration of H positive as 10 to the power minus 8 plus 10 to the power minus 7, which comes out to be 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 7 molar. Now we'll use this concentration of H positive and we'll try to find out the pH as minus log of 1.1 into 10 to the power minus 7, and the value will come out to be 6.9586. And yes, this value is the correct option if you if you take into account the approximations he has used. So we'll say that this is a wrong, this is wrong, and this is another wrong option, and the option number A is the correct option which is given to us. So this is how we are going to deal with such problems where we are talking about very dilute concentration of any acidic or basic solution. So always and always one has to remember that even if you are taking a very dilute solution of any acid, it will always be an acidic solution. The base cannot be more than an acidic solution. So the pH always has to be less than 7, whether the value comes out to be 6.99, if it comes out to be 6.78 or something, but the value will always be lesser than 7. Let's discuss one more question of this type where we have been asked that you have to determine the degree of dissociation of 0.05 molar ammonia at 25 degrees Celsius in a solution of pH 11. So what we have to take into account in such question is you have been given that there is 0.05 molar ammonia solution and the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. The solution has pH 11 and you have to find what is the degree of dissociation of such a solution. Now if I talk about the degree of dissociation, I can say that I can write a particular reaction where ammonia will be dissolved in water. And if I dissolve the ammonia in water, I can say that the aqueous solution of ammonia is nothing but NH4OH. And if it is NH4OH, I can always write the equilibrium reaction taking place as NH4OH is going to give NH4 positive aqueous plus OH minus aqueous. Now it is said that the pH is given to be minus log of H positive, which is nothing but 11. So I can say that the concentration of H positive is 10 to the power minus 11. If the concentration of H positive is 10 to the power minus 11, I can use this fact that H positive into OH minus is 10 to the power minus 14 because the temperature is given to be 25 degrees Celsius. So if I replace the value, I can get that the concentration of OH minus is given to be 10 to the power minus 3 molar. If the concentration of OH minus I have obtained to be 10 to the power minus 3 molar, I can say that I can write the reaction as NH4OH is going to give NH4 positive plus OH minus. Let's say the concentration of NH4OH is C. So this is dash dash because it is at time t is equal to 0. Now at time t is equal to t equilibrium, I can say let's alpha get dissociated. So if alpha moles of NH4OH are getting dissociated, so the amount of NH4 positive formed will be C alpha, this will be C alpha and this will be C minus C alpha. So I can say that the concentration of OH minus obtained is nothing but C alpha. Now the concentration of OH minus is given to be 10 to the power minus 3 molar. The concentration of C according to the question given to us is 0.05 molar. So I'll put the 2 in the equation and I'll say 0.05 molar into alpha is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 molar. And if I solve the value of alpha, I'll get the value of alpha as 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. And if I convert it into percentage, I'll get the value of answer as 0.2%. Let's see if this option is there in the question given to us. Yes, so 0.2% is there and hence I'll say option B is the correct option. So this was all about how we are going to discuss about the pH of solution and how we are going to tackle the equations and the questions that will be asked in the examination for very dilute acidic or basic solutions. Students, this was all about the acidity and the pH scale of any particular solution. you saw that we have also discussed certain questions related to the same concept. Now in the next class, I'll be telling you how are you going to calculate the pH of different types of solutions. So whatever we have learned till date, now we'll be using all those concepts for the next part of the lecture. So by the time, take care and study well.